Hello, my YouTube family. It is Monday again. June. We're in June. June 2nd, 2014. This is half the year gone, people. June is the month that's half the year. So we got just 6 more months to go, and it's yay, Happy New Year 2015. Yeah, people. Let us get started, okay? Because I like and I don't like. It's a combo. It's a combo. I kind of like it, and then I don't kind of like it. What is he doing? Oh, he's playing with a ribbon. And when he gets a ribbon in his sights, this boy, see, he acting crazy. Okay, so this is a combo of Milani's lip flash. And look at the pencil, people. I sharpened it just this morning. Okay. Okay. This is one of the reasons why I'm not liking this look too much. Lip flash, and the color is In a Flash. In a Flash. And this is what In a Flash looks like. It's kind of like a metallic-y, kind of semi-glittery, violet purple kind of a thing. Okay? Okay. Okay. Then to top it off, to give it the gloss, because you see how light it turned out. It's as dark as it is on my lips. On my hand is as light as it turns out on my lips. The topper is the Revlon Super Lustrous lip gloss in Sugar Violet. This was the major disappointment. Because as bam in your face as it looks, this is what you get. Yeah. That's a heavy swatch, people. This is what you get. Okay? There it is. And that's In a Flash. And that's the topper. And I have had to do this all damn day. Not because I wanted to, but because I had to, because the gloss fades. And it takes this with it, which is why I had to constantly keep. So, I'm not saying epic fail, but fail. Nevertheless. Here we go. So, yeah. So, that's lips of the day. Okay? This was one of the newer purchases, so I had to show you. And, can we dig the face? I know y'all may not see much of a difference. I see a difference. And the concealer today that I used, because I have 5 concealers, I'm going to use a different one every day. This one is the Maybelline Fit Me in number 35 Deep. This was the Deep, which is lighter than the Cafe that I was wearing recently. So I showed you the difference already. I'm not going to swatch or anything. It's a concealer, people. Okay. So it gave me a little bit of a punch, a little bit of a brightness in the middle there. You know, because I'm still doing the Kim thing. That's really the only way I know how to use concealer now, people. It's all GoT's makeup artist's fault as well. His name is Wayne, by the way. And, yeah, he kind of showed me how to do the little V and the little V. And then you fill it in. And you do the little 3 swatches there, the 3 swatches on the bottom. And then you, yeah, I'm good with the concealer now. I used to be afraid. I'm not afraid anymore of the concealer situation. Because I know once you do all the, I mean, it looks frightening when you put it on and you smear it and you blend it and everything. And it looks, oh, Lord Jesus, I look like a ghost. What am I going to do? But once you put the rest of the makeup on and, little bronzer on the side and the blush comes on and you get the look all together, then it's like, oh, hey, didn't turn out so bad. And it didn't turn out so bad, people. So there you have it. That's that with that upon that. Now let's discuss television, okay? Let us discuss Whoopi on Oprah's Masterclass. I am a Whoopi fanatic. I can't really say a fanatic, but I am a fan of hers. And, oh, hello. My mail again. We bonded yesterday, people. Oh, let me tell you about him before I go into the whole television thing. Let me tell you about him. He was running around like a fool yesterday. Cat crazy, like, and then he just pooped himself out and he just planted himself on the bed. And it was about 6:30 and there was like nothing to watch on television. And, oh, that's another thing I have to talk to you about. My weekend movies on demand watching. Let me get to that after this. So he was just sprawled out on the bed. And he was just looking, he looked kind of sad, but I think he was just tired. But he just has a way of his eyes get very big, like he's scared. But I don't think he had anything to be scared of because, you know, there was nothing going on, no vacuuming or anything like that. So I said, oh, my baby. So I said, do you want me to take a nap with you? Let me take a nap with you. So he was on one side of the bed. And I made sure that there was a little bit of distance between the two of us. And I was like, okay, I'm going to take a nap with you. So I took my pillow. And, you know, every now and then I'd peek to see if he was really sleeping. But then I'd kind of close my eyes. And I was, like, kind of nipping off. So I would, like, when my eyes were closed, I would feel him moving. And then at one point, my hand was like this. And he put his paw right here. He was this close he had moved himself this close to me. And I looked and his paw was on my hand and I was like, oh, this is sheer heaven. This is sheer heaven. He moved closer to me. It's been a year, people, but every time he does something that he's never done before, it's still a major surprise. He actually rolled himself over or scooted himself over to me. And I just, and I was like, oh, you know, like I just made that kind of a sound and he kind of opened his eyes like, what's wrong, Mom? If he only knew, if he only knew, you know, I didn't budge, right? You know, I just let him keep his paw there. And then we slept for a little bit, you know, maybe a little 10-minute little cat nap. And then he got up and he stretched. And I said, once he does that, I'm like, oh, that's it. Nap time is over. So he got up and I got up and, you know, he let me pet him like he normally does. He does let me pet him, right, Whoopi? Yeah. See? He lets me pet him. You're my baby. Yes, you are. So, you know, we did all of that. Yeah, we're talking about you. See the family? Say hi. Say hi. Oh, you want to look for your ribbon again, huh? Okay, well, I don't know what you did with the other one. But I know you like this one, too. Here we go. Oh, the other one's right next to you, baby. Now he needs to stare at it and compare and, you know, look around the room. There we go. And he's off. So that was a beautiful bonding moment between Tomcat and I. And I loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Now, let me tell you about movies on demand. Okay, I am slow as molasses. I have had cable television for 10 years now, seriously. Even when I was living with, you know, my ex and so on and so forth, and when I lived on my own and all of that. I did not know until this weekend. There's movies on demand that you have to pay for, but then there are, you know, the regular cable channels like Stars and Encore and HBO and they have on-demand channels as well. There were movies on those channels that I've wanted to see, and I did not know that they were on those channels because I never really did the only on-demand I really did was HBO on demand. If I missed a Game of Thrones, then I knew that I could catch it on there. But I totally forgot about the other cable channels, like the Stars, basically Stars, and Cinemax. Basically those two. I was like, oh, look at that. And these are movies that you don't have to pay for. Like, they've already been played on the Cinemax regular channel. So now you can watch them on demand. I'm slow, people. Don't laugh. I do hear y'all laughing. But better slow than never ever getting it. So this all happened Friday night when it just, I looked at the channels and I was like, what is going on? So I had a lot to catch up on Friday, but I knew the movies that I said, okay, I know what movie is on that channel and I know what movie's on that channel that I wanted to see. So there was, well, no wonder it was a dud. I should have realized it. The Tom Cruise movie, Oblivion. I still don't understand what that damn thing is about. He just, you know, he kept killing himself and then he kept coming back. I don't know. And it sounds like the new movie that's coming out of his as well, where he dies and then he has to keep coming back. All I know is Oblivion was a dud for me. There were other movies that I really wanted to watch, but it was like, you know, I had things to do. I had laundry, I had to cook and all of that. So I was like, wow. So this opened a branch of new movies that I can catch up on at the drop of a hat. Love Story. Love Story is on cable. Did you? I have never seen Love Story. And as much as I really wanted to, I kept looking down the list and I'm like, oh, I want to see that. Oh, I didn't know they still had that. Oh, I want to see that. That was Cinemax. And then I went to HBO On Demand, and then I went to Stars On Demand. Well, Stars On Demand had a movie that I'd been curious about. It was an independent film, British, of course, and it was called Imagine You and Me, or Imagine You and Me. I think that's what it's called. And it was about a bride who got married to a man, but then fell in love with a woman who was gay, who had fallen in love with her. It was cute. It wasn't like, you know, sexual or anything. It was very, very decently made. You know, there's no real sex scenes or anything like that in the movie. It was really, really cute. But it was like, you know, like, maybe she always had gay tendencies and she didn't know. But she was walking down, like the girl that was in love with her, with the bride, was the flower woman who had done the flowers. And she was obviously invited to the wedding and all of that. So as the bride is walking down the aisle, the flower woman is walking this way and their eyes meet. And it was like, pow. It was like, pow. And the bride was like, you know, she was a little shaken and she just kept on walking. But you could see the two women playing the part, it definitely had chemistry. So I don't know. And the flower woman, the actress who played the flower woman is Lena Headey. I think that's her name. She plays in Game of Thrones. So she plays Cersei. Mean bitch who's having sex with her brother. Can we discuss Game of Thrones now? Let me just switch it. Keep up with me, people. I keep telling you, you got to keep up. So that was that movie. Now let's talk about Game of Thrones. I don't know who saw it or who did not see it. I'm sorry, but I'm going to discuss. So if you don't want to know about the spoilers, fast forward because I've got other things to talk about as well. What the hell? The last 15 minutes of Game of Thrones was so disgusting. Was so disgusting. Like, it's bad enough that he poked the eyes out. And I was like, oh, sugar. By that time, I was like watching it like this because I really don't like gore. I don't like gore. So I watched it like this. I should have kept my eyes closed because when the head I don't know how they can keep topping themselves. And there's only 2 episodes left, which Nancy's not too thrilled about. Okay, Nancy's not thrilled about that at all. So, you know, that kind of left me stunned. After watching Game of Thrones, I was a little stunned. I had to sit there and just, you know, did I just see what I thought I saw? Game of Thrones is the ish. That's all I have to say. Then there was Oprah's masterclass, and it had Whoopi Goldberg. I love this woman so much. You don't understand. You do not understand. This woman is so intelligent, and she's so wise, and she's so just smart that I idolize her. Well, I've been idolizing her ever since her one-woman show. That's really when she stood out for me. And then I would follow most of her movies, but then she was on The View. And when she talks, like all the other women could be on one end, and then she comes out left field and disagrees with them, but she has a reason. And when you listen to that reason, it just makes sense. Like, the other women are younger than her. And Barbara's not on the show anymore because Barbara's last day was 2 weeks ago. So it's like nobody's like really the head. They're still equal. I guess you could consider her, she's the head. Whoopi herself is the head because she's the one that does the lead in, and she does all the stories, and she brings up the topics, and then she just throws them on the table, and then let's discuss. And all the other women, you know, they're a lot younger. So, and Sherry, now that she's divorced or getting a divorce, she is just wild. She's, you know, she's always been wild, but now she just, you know, every cute guy that comes on the show, she's like all on him. Like, I don't know what she's trying to prove. She just looks fake now. Like she's trying to, I guess this is the way she's hiding her pain. I understand it. I get it. But tone it down. Just tone it down just a little bit, because you're coming across as too much. She's coming across as too much. And who else is on the show? Joy is not on the show anymore. Elizabeth is not on the show anymore. Jenny. Jenny she's cutesy and silly, and sometimes a little too silly sometimes. So see, they're younger. I'm more closer to Whoopi's age. Whoopi's still older than me, I think, but not by much. I really don't even know how old Whoopi is, but I am closer to her age than I am to their age, than to Jenny's and to Sherry's. So Whoopi will throw a subject out there, and they'll be talking, screaming on top of each other, and she'll just sit back. She'll just sit back and just let them talk. And I'm with her because I know she's going to say something that I am definitely going to agree with. And sure enough, the pearls of wisdom that come out of her mouth, and she's just so straightforward about it. She is down to earth, straightforward about it. If you don't like what she has to say, oh well. And she just keeps it moving. I am that way. You guys know. You guys know. So when she and I are on the same page, or I'll talk to the television and I'll say, y'all are wrong, but this is the way it really should be, or this is how we see it. And then Whoopi says the exact same thing I'm saying. I'm like, we are sisters separated at birth somehow, some way. I don't get it, but we are in alignment in our thought process. We are in alignment in our thought process. So I love this woman so much. I love Whoopi Goldberg. Love her. Okay, so that took care of Oprah's masterclass. I've been wanting to see that one with her ever since I saw the little previews when she was going to be on it. And I said, I cannot miss that one. So glad I didn't. Did anybody see Kandi Burruss's wedding? It's called Kandis Wedding. So you know that they gave her, you know, a certain amount of episodes until up to her wedding. She's already married, by the way, so these shows are old. But I'm realizing that when Kandi's mother is on the screen, I really do physically feel my blood pressure rise. I can't stand the woman. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The way she treats Todd and the way she talks to him is so damn disrespectful. In front of her daughter. She knows damn well the daughter is going to marry this man. You can't say anything about it. She's not like she's 12. She's a grown-ass woman. And if you don't like him, you need to nip it. You need to shut it. Shut it closed. You've already given your opinion about him a number of times to Kandi, to Kandi's friends, to Kandi's aunts, to, you know, the whole world. Everybody knows. Now nip it, because it's not going to stop the wedding. She's still going to get married. This woman gets on my last ever-loving nerve. She really does. She gets on my nerves. And I can understand Kandi's friend, who also works with her. She had a beef. Well, Kandi's mother had a beef with her. Tried to start some ish about she knows that she slept with Todd and all. Lies. Complete and utter lies and BS. But she's going to start some ish. See, just talking about her. Bring it down. So, yeah. So we're going to watch that. Blood pressure or no. And that's basically it in a nutshell, people. I talked about Whoopi. You know I wrote everything down. I talked about Whoopi's masterclass, Kandis Wedding, Game of Thrones. That's it. That's all I have to tell you. Today was a very odd day at work. Today was a very, very strange and odd day. Things were not in alignment at all. Starting with the fact that there was some meeting that I was required to be in, but I couldn't be in it because nobody wanted, well, I can't really say nobody wanted to cover for me. Everybody that normally covers for me was also required to be in the meeting. So I got a call from HR talking about, don't worry about it. Your schedule for tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And I said, do you have somebody to cover for me at 9 a.m.? Because normally the email will go out and somebody will say, okay, don't worry about it, Nancy, I'll cover for you. I saw the email that came from HR for tomorrow and nobody replied. So we're going to have a discussion about that tomorrow morning at 9 when I walk in. The meeting starts at the same time I start, 9 a.m. So I would love to see how this is going to be. I would love, because, well, if the people that normally cover for me did today's meeting, because this meeting is an all week long thing, for it, you know, divided in different sections, like certain amount of people today, certain amount of people tomorrow, so on and so forth. I really wanted to be in it today so I could just get it behind me, but now it's still ahead of me tomorrow morning. So the people that normally cover for me, I guess somebody's going to have to cover for me tomorrow morning because, yeah, I have to be in the meeting at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Okay? I'm just saying. So I'm going to cross that bridge when I get to it, and I'm not going to get a heart attack over it. Oh, well. It's supposed to be a meeting about how the company is changing and the new changes that are taking place, this, that, and the other. We'll see how that goes. I'm just going to sit there and shut up and just listen. If I have a question, which is rare, I'll, you know, raise my hand. But if I don't, I'm just going to listen. Because this meeting is 2 hours long, people. From 9 to 11. Today's meeting was 11 to 1. I would have loved to have gotten that out the way. But it is what it is. So we shall see who covers for me tomorrow morning at 9. Stay tuned. All right, people. So that's it. That's it. That's all I have for you. This is Lips of the Day. It's got a nice shine and everything, but I'm not pleased. I'm not pleased. And you might not be pleased either, so I don't blame you. Anyway, hit me up and let me know what you think. Okay, and let me know if you watched the Whoopi masterclass, if you watched Kandis Wedding, if you watched Game of Thrones, honey. That's all I have to say. I love you all. Hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye now.